Howdy folks, this is Paul.
This is Maw.
And we're
on
the
the
swing.
On this nice,
Sunday morning.
yep, and chilly outside. So,
Yep.
it's a beautiful day, though. God has really given us a beautiful day. And
What's up today? What you into?
I'm going to make a batch of bread today. I'm going to make a loaf of my easy bread that I'm going to take them in the kitchen with us. And this is one of the most simplest bread recipes that you can make, and you can make it in a matter of 10 minutes as far as putting it all together. And you can do a lot of things with it, but I'll explain that when I'm in the kitchen.
Yeah, the thing about it is Maw makes our bread for us just about every day, homemade. We like, it's a lot healthier for you than the store-bought. But one thing about it is that the homemade bread doesn't last as long in your bread box as store-bought bread does.
Boy, that's the truth. I
Yeah.
bought hamburger buns that lasted, kept on and on and on. I thought, what in the world do these have in them?
Well, they got preservatives in them, which we just feel like we don't want to be eating a lot of that.
No.
So Maw just does the homemade bread. Boy, is it good and soft. And
Yeah, I made a batch last night, and I made it into some buns, hamburger buns like, and then I fixed a hamburger. And our son, Thomas, the baby boy, come down the hill, and I don't know, he must have smelled that bread. And I seen, he come in the kitchen, he goes, I said, go ahead, honey. I buttered him up a roll. Next thing I know, he had a paper towel carrying about 4 or 5 out of the house.
That's the way it goes.
Yep.
But
I love it.
Anyway, it's starting to get a little chilly out here, so we better jump on in there and get to this, making this bread, huh?
Yeah, but we do thank the Lord that we're doing well. We had really been sick there for a while.
Yeah,
But,
we tested, Maw tested positive for that COVID thing, and I tested negative, but I was already 3 weeks into it, so I probably was already over it before I got tested. But anyway, we'll go ahead and jump on in here and jump right into this this bread making. Now, y'all make sure that you subscribe to our Maw and the Paw. Maw and Paw on the Swing YouTube channel.
We get lots and lots and lots of views. Thank you all so much for all the views. But you just got to get on there and subscribe.
Yep, and hit that notification bell. But something else I learned here is if you hit that like button, that really causes the YouTube algorithm to recommend our videos to other folks. So if you can hit that like button for us, we would greatly appreciate it.
Yes. So God bless, and you have a wonderful, wonderful day. Enjoy your time that the Lord's given you.
Amen.
It's good to be alive.
Yeah, so this is Paul.
This is Maw.
And we're on the swing. Good coffee.
Nothing like good coffee, is it, honey? Nothing like good coffee.
Yeah, right.
Hello, this is Maw, and I'm in the kitchen, and I'm going to show you a very, very simple bread recipe that I use all the time, and you can do so much with this recipe. You can make it into a loaf of bread, you can make it into rolls, you can make it into hamburger buns, you can shape it for hot dog buns, you can roll it out and put butter and cinnamon and sugar and roll it back up and make cinnamon bun. There's so much potential for this one simple recipe that I'm going to show you today. So, of course, I have my good old coffee, but now I'm going to get into this recipe because I don't want to take a whole lot of time for this. Alrighty. Now, you can do this in a bowl without a mixer. I've had this mixer for years. My daughter's got it for me, and it has the bread hook on it. So, of course, that's a simple way to do it. So all you do is you take 1 cup of warm water, put it in a bowl, all right? 1 cup of warm water. And then you take 1 heaping tablespoon of yeast and dump it in that warm water, all right? Then you take 1/4 of a cup of sugar and dump it into that yeast, just like that. Then you, of course, you put your mixture up and you get it stirred around a little bit. And this is the way you can test to see how good your yeast is. Because what will happen is you see how it's already starting to foam in the bowl a little bit, which is a good sign that the yeast is good. You always want to make sure your yeast is good. See that little bit of foaming, which is good. Okay, so I do that, and then I'll take my spatula to the sides a little bit to get that. All right, now I'll add a little bit of salt, which is a teaspoon of salt. And now, since we have the yeast and the sugar and the salt all in this bowl, and it's got frothy, now I'm going to get 2 cups of flour. And I'm going to, because this recipe only calls for 3 to 4 cups of flour. Okay, so I'm going to put 1 and 2. My flour container is getting low. I'm going to have to fill that up. And 2. I like to use the bread and the pizza flour. Then I'll insert an egg. And then 3 tablespoons of soft butter. And then...
Is that melted?
Well, I had to melt it a little bit, but you just use salt, room temperature. And then we will mix it up here. See how good this looks? We mix that all together. Trying to get all the flour mixture in here like this. And then I'll turn it back on. And then we'll do this. Get all that flour mixed up real good in here. I might just put a little half a more cup, so that it'll get a little bit firmer.
Does that have to play it by ear?
Yeah, what you do, you play with this stuff. Of course, I know by looking at it. Okay, now we'll do that. Okay, see, it's looking more like a bread dough instead of a paste. All we'll do is I'll turn this off and I'll cover this over and we'll come back and see how much that it rises. That's thinking the word. But anyways, yes. So this is a small one. We'll be back. Okay. Now we're going to see. Now looky there. See how that rose in the bowl. So now the next step is this. Turn the mixer on and I'll take it down. I'll grab me another cup of flour. Now this is really a simple recipe. So what I'll do, I'm going to take this cup of flour over here. Because what I'm going to do, I'm going to put this over here, and the rest of this I'm going to do by hand. So as you see here, the dough. Alright, then I'll put, this is another whole cup of flour, but what I'm going to do, my hands are clean, I'm going to take and mix that in by hand, and that way I'll cut the flour in by hand.
That's a 1/3 cup of flour.
Yeah, it's the 1/3 cup of flour. And now the trick with this is you just play with this. You don't want to get it real, you want it to be not real sticky, but you don't want it to be so that you can't handle very well either. So you bring it, and then I'll put it out here.
So it comes with experience.
Yes, the more you do this, the simpler it is, and you can have a loaf of bread or rolls or anything in a, in a matter of just a little bit. So I'll put a little bit of flour. As you see, this is still the 1/3 cup of flour. And then I'll put it out here. And then what I do is I just keep playing with it so that it's not sticky. You just want to get it so it's not sticky. And sometimes it's all on the weather too. If it's the humidity and stuff is bad, then it's, So anyway, now I'll just do a little bit more, like I said. Now I'm not sure if I want to make this into a loaf bread or whatever, but this is what it looks like. It's not. It's
So if it lifts that plastic thing up, it's too sticky?
Yeah, you don't want it real sticky. So you can either, I'll either make this into a loaf or I'll cut this into rolls or whatever. So, and then I'll come back and I'll show you what I did. Okay, now what I did, I'm going to go ahead and make a loaf of bread today. I made, and I'll spray it with, I like the olive oil spray. So I'm just going to grab this up. Of course, it's a little sticky, so that's why you have that flour, so you can play with this stuff so that it's not real sticky. Okay, it's good to go here. And what I'm going to do, I'll put it in here in this pan, and I will spread it out like this, and it will automatically just fill up the pan. So what I'll do is I'll let this rise to double in size, and then we'll be back. Okay, so this is the finished product. I wanted to show you that I made a loaf of bread, nice and brown, and then I made hamburger rolls. And this is just a larger roll, but sometimes I shape them into hot dog buns, so.
That'd be one Tommy can eat.
Yep, so this is it. Thanks for watching.
Be sure to like and subscribe and hit that little notification bell so you get updates on all of our videos.
Howdy folks, this is Paul.
This is Maw.
We're on the swing.